Test, test, test. Welcome. Welcome this morning. Thanks for coming. Does this thing work? Here we go. You got to try to make people laugh when you start, and it's 8:30 in the freaking morning. So I'm going to give you some ideas today. Some of you may hate them. Some of you may love them. Some may think they're the old ideas you've heard for 20 years. But just remember, next time you're afraid to share ideas, someone once said in a meeting, let's make a film with a tornado full of sharks. That was a good idea. This is not Shark Week. This is RTO World Week. And we will get started. So the idea here today is RTO Reinvent. And it is a theme we had at our annual meeting. We have an annual meeting every February. We try to theme it out. Some great people that work with us. And the lady who does a lot of the work for the meeting always wants to know what the theme is like in November, so she can start planning the party. And I'm like, the theme has to match with business. The theme has to match with business. And it always kind of I wait till the last minute. And this one made a ton of sense to me. So our idea this year was reinvent R2O. And I feel like even in the short time I've been here yesterday, I think where a lot of us are talking about new ways to do things, new ways to think about our business. And that's what I'm talking to you about today. So if you look at the light bulb, we're going to talk about 80% of these things today. Reinvent's in the middle. The big yellow words, those are made-up words. So I realize that a lot of people create great music. A lot of people create great art. Not a lot of people make up their own words. So we're going to talk about those three yellow words a lot today. First one is collectment. Anybody want to take a shot at what that means? Collections management, managing the collections process, something we have to get a lot better at. The other big yellow word is inventory, and if it sounds like a drug, it is, which is taking control of your inventory, part of what we're doing today when we buy. And the last one is custention, which is customer acquisition and retention, which is probably the most important word up there. Trent touched on this a little bit yesterday in terms of what percentage of your customers do you have as customers? Are we retaining customers? We don't have a customer acquisition problem. We have a customer retention problem. We all know that. So we're going to address a lot of that stuff as we scroll through this thing this morning. I want to thank my team for helping me put this together. We're going to talk a lot about people. There's 14 people up here in front that are with me and help me with ideas and everything, and I really appreciate that. Also, I'd sent emails out to a lot of my great friends in the business, and Gary and Dan and Trent and Lynn and Chris and Todd and everybody that share with me ideas. Your ideas are in here. I get the great pleasure of introducing Jamie Slatton after I'm done. Now, you got to be careful what you say about Jamie Slatton before you hand him the microphone. But Jamie Slatton and Chris Cale Sr. were the first two people I met in 1997 when I got in this business. So there's a lot of ideas in this room, and there were a lot of ideas back then. What we're going to talk about as we go through this are three things. When we talk about reinvent, rent, own. We're going to talk about people, process, and product. Absolutely 100% ripped off from the show The Prophet. Anybody seen the show The Prophet? Raise your hands if you've seen the show The Prophet. If you're not watching that show on your Stream Smart or your NCTV, you're crazy. It's really good. There's lots of great ideas on there. 2 episodes I'd highly recommend. If you want to go to your Stream Smart or NC17 or 18 or SkyStream or what am I forgetting? What streaming device am I forgetting? There's another one. I want to give everybody theirs just two. There's a show called Amazing Grapes, and there's one called Key West Key Lime Pie. You can probably find them on YouTube too if you're too cheap to, or you can't figure out how to work a Stream Smart. That was a joke? Come on, it's 8:30. All right, so we're going to talk about people, process, and product. We will spend more time on people for obvious reasons. Five pieces to this. 5 pieces to reinventing the people process. First two, then what? And that's from Jim Collins' Good to Great book. I think it's the first line. First two, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you rent or how you collect or what you buy if your team sucks. My team doesn't suck. My team's really good. Anybody hear Jess speak yesterday? Nobody? Nobody saw it? There were people there, right? Anybody hear Jess speak yesterday? Social media? How about that? So these are the 5 things. And I get accused for using acronyms too much, and it just happened, right? Real. You get it? You see it? Can you see it? Right? Real. You got to be real with your people. So these are the 5 things. That's my good buddy Ben Davis doing a climbing thing. Look at that. So 5 things: recruitment, engagement, advancement, learning, and listening. We got to find them. We got to make them want to be there. We got to give them a path. We got to teach, and we got to listen. That might be the most important. So we'll walk through those real quick. First is recruitment. In May of 2018, for the first time in 20 years, there were more jobs than people to fill them. Anybody feel that? Raise your hand if it's hard to find people to work in your stores. Raise your hand if you slept last. All right, everybody, right? You run into anybody who's not in your business, friends, neighbors, whatever, and they hear you're a business owner, and they say, so what's the hardest thing? What keeps you up at night? Isn't that the answer? Finding, retaining talent? That's it. That's the biggest thing. 25% of people quit their jobs in May. There's a new phenomenon you all have experienced, you just didn't know what it was called. It's called ghosting. It's not that. Where people take a job and don't show up. Raise your hand if they ever had that happen. Anybody ever hired anybody, they were scheduled to come to work and they never showed up? That sucks. It's happening. So what do we do to improve recruiting? Well, I'll tell you this. I'm going to walk around this floor tomorrow. Actually happened the other night with John. I'm going to walk around this floor tomorrow, and I'm going to hear at least 5 times, I'm going to hear somebody say, what are you guys doing for your referral program? Aaron, how many times have you talked about a referral program with people? But it's not about referring employees, it's about customers, right? What do you guys do for your referral program? Do you give like $20 back? Do you do cash? Do you do it off the first payment? Or like what do you do for a referral program? Has anybody had a conversation since you've been here about a customer referral program? Probably. We talk about it all the time. Everybody does a crappy job with it. We all do it. Anybody think their referral program's great? Right. Lynn, you love yours. I know it's popcorn. Lynn's yours is great. Right. If you want to learn about a great referral program, go talk to Frank and Lynn. They have a great referral program. He'll be in booth. What's your booth number? I'm just kidding. We have booth numbers for all of our vendors, right? Okay. I think we need a better referral program for employees. So I'm going to tell you a quick story about Skylar. What's his last name? Hewison. Skylar Hewison. Skylar's a big boy, like hugely muscular dude. He could probably do one-man deliveries all day long. Skylar Hewison is a delivery guy in one of our smaller stores, and we can't keep delivery guys. Maybe it's Skylar. I don't know. We lost a delivery guy in one store once because the 2 delivery guys didn't like the same kind of music. One of them liked hard rock and one liked Christian rock, and they couldn't work together. I'm like, dude, can I get you some headphones? Let's make this work. So we couldn't keep delivery guys on that store. So our referral program is we give you X dollars at 90 days if you refer somebody. That's our program. Been our program for a long time. It works okay. We have a ton of employees that are relatives and cousins and friends and daughters and sons and husbands and wives, and that's one of the ideas right there if you didn't get that. You have to hire friends and relatives and cousins and sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles. That's where you're going to get your talent. That's a pool to pick from. So anyway, we told Skylar this. We said, Skylar, find us a delivery guy. He said, what do you mean? We said, find us a delivery guy. You find us a delivery guy. We're going to give you X dollars at 90 days, and we're going to give you double that at 6 months. It was $500. We'll give you $500 at 90 days for finding us a delivery guy, and we'll give you $500 at 6 months if he's still there. Anybody think he'll still be there? You think he'll be there in 6 months? Think Tyler will make the job good for him? You think it's worth 500 extra dollars? Is it worth the cost of a 55-inch TV? I mean, I think we sit here and we think it's $500, man. It's a TV. We're spending it. You're going to go spend. I'm not telling you not to buy TVs, because if we don't support our vendors, this show's it's important. So we have to recruit better and find some places where you want to find talent. There's a cash advance place in our markets called Cashland. We've hired 7 people from there. They hate us. But we found somebody, 7 people we've got from that one company. So 2 things. Let your employees recruit for you. Find a referral program. Make a referral program for employees. Concentrate on that, not customers. And hire families and friends. Number 2, engagement. You have to get your employees to stop looking for work. We were making a major mistake. When we interviewed, we asked this question. You like him, you like him, you like him, you like him, you like him. And so how much would it take to hire somebody with your talents? And the prospective employee says, $11 an hour. So that's what we paid him. The minimum they expected. So they were still looking. Because if we don't overpay, you have to overpay. 2 years ago, our average hourly rate was, and we all are in different markets. We all have different issues. We all have different P&Ls. I get it. But it's the same job market. 2 years ago, our average hourly rate was $11.76. Now it's $13.28. You got to spend your money on talent. If you don't, you're not going to be able to run your stores. And we have to get them through the yuck. Trent said this a little bit yesterday, but our job is yucky. Collecting is yucky. Bed bugs suck. Right, Ashley? Ugh. Not because she hasn't. Sorry. There's some yucky stuff in our business. And if they aren't compensated such that they love it, they won't get through the first thing. They won't power through it. It's not an easy job. Where they came from is probably easier. We have to get through the yuck. I could spend a lot of time talking about the 3rd bullet point. As companies, I believe we have to shift the benefits. Huge thank you to Larry and Shannon and Cynthia for the pioneering the health insurance. But we were paying too much for health insurance. And we had to change it. It's hard. It wasn't easy. But if you were to ask every employee that works for you, if I gave you $3,000 of benefits, how would you want it? Bonus, profit sharing, or health insurance? How would you want that $3,000? What do you think they'd say? What? All of it in? Right. Don't you think? I mean, ask the question. So you better figure out how to shift your benefits to make it that way. It's hard, but you got to make a benefit shift. Not what's right for you, what's right for them. If you want to engage them and keep them. They earned it. I've recommended this before. I'm going to recommend it again. There's about 6 companies that use it. There is a app out there, a company out there called You Earned It. It's a great way to reward your people. It's super easy to use. The Windsors use it. Larry uses it. Gary uses it. Dan uses it. Check it out. It's a great product. You earned it. You earned it. You earned it. Y-O-U-E earned it. You earned it. I'm not getting commission on that, just so you know. Advancement. We have to give them a path. We hire a lot of managers in training. And 92% of our managers were promoted from within. What? We suck at training managers in training. We're really bad at it. Because we don't give them a clear path. And without a clear path, people go somewhere else. Every person you hire, I believe, wants to grow. I know a lot of people leave their jobs because there's no growth opportunity. Anybody heard that? Why are you leaving your job? Because there was no growth opportunity. Maybe raise your hand if you've heard that from somebody you hired. They quit their job because there was no growth opportunity. Well, half of you guys are liars. You've heard that. Come on. I know it's 8:30. Thanks. I think there's 3 things we have to provide in the advancement opportunities. 3 things. I only have 2 fingers up, but I'm holding this thing that's hard. 3 things. 3 things. 1, we have to provide growth in, some people want positional growth. You have to provide positional growth. Now, sometimes you have to create positions. We now have, what do you have, Donna? A delivery lead. What's his title? What? Lead delivery. Does anybody else have lead delivery guys that are in charge of the other delivery guys? We do. Because we wanted to create a path for our best delivery guy. We now have a customer relations manager in a store. Anybody have a customer relations manager? It was a path. It was the right path for him. Positional growth. People want positional growth. Number 2, people want financial growth. Shocker, right? People want a path financially. Number 3, people want intellectual growth. Anybody disagree with that? You can't because I have the microphone. Here's the cool thing. When you find people that want positional growth, financial growth, and intellectual growth, that's a freaking unicorn. Hold on to them. They're super easy to manage because you know what they want. How much easier it is to manage somebody when you know what they want? That was a lot better idea than you guys are giving credit, just so you know. You're going to write that one down. You're going to be back like Wednesday. You're like, wow, that was a good one. That was a good one. All right. Learning. This is our last managers meeting. We do managers meetings about 9 times a year. We do trainings, still bring people in, marketing Mondays. You like that, Jeremy? You got it on the picture. I'm going to just tell you about this meeting, and I'm going to move on quickly because I loved it. So I believe at times our managers don't have the right tools to manage. Okay, and I took the tool thing pretty far with this meeting. I think oftentimes the only tool in our manager's toolbox is a hammer. Somebody's not doing a good job and they're like, should I write them up? You know, and they want to hit them over the head with a write-up. And my answer is if it'll work. I mean, if it'll work, write them up. If it'll get the performance you want, yeah, okay. But if it's not going to work, do something different. So I bought a bunch of tools, and I passed them out, and they had to come up with how you would use that tool as a management tool. So the one picture has Lenny, who's a manager for about 12 years, and Donna, who's over. I could really put you on the spot and make you come over here and tell them what you. No, you're not going to do that. Okay. Jeremy might. No? Will you do it? Come on. All right. So he had no idea he was going to do this. So Donna had a clamp, and the clamp, I had no idea where she was going with it. And here's what she said. She said, some people require tighter management than others. You have to understand how tight you need to manage some and how loose you need to manage others. That's good stuff. Anybody know what's Jeremy have in his hand? Anybody know? Really? What? A voltmeter, right? Multimeter. And what did you say about it?
There's a few different things we talked about with that. You got to check to make sure they're engaged. So you're going to make sure they're getting juice. You got to make sure their wires aren't crossed. If they had bad training or something like that, you have to get that fixed, and that's just the way you find out.
Love it. Simple, right? How many of your employees do you believe don't need a hammer to be written up? Their wires are just crossed. They're confused because we tell them, don't mark down the rate, but you got to mark that down to sell it. They're like, what the hell? Right? Their wires are crossed. Use the multimeter. It's pretty cool. I have a whole toolbox. I can ship you all a training toolbox if you want. We can just put it in the APRO training. Here we go. Let's add it to the list. Listening. This is my favorite question in the world. If you went back tomorrow and asked every one of your employees, what do you want? You would engage them. You would find out. What if they wanted Saturday off? What if they wanted to make $10,000 more a year so their wife didn't have to work? What'd you say, Trent? What if they needed to be off at 3 o'clock so they got the car home and got their, what? If we are not flexible and ask and willing, I got a question Friday. I got this question. I asked the question at the end of the planning meetings. Planning meetings twice a year. Dude, there's no way I'm going to have done 9:15. I asked a guy, what do you want? What do you want? Here's your goals. Here's your plans. Now what do you want? He said, I want a company car. And your first reaction is what? No way. What? Manager, medium-sized store. I said, tell me about it. He said, I'm driving an hour and 10 minutes to work. I'm putting a ton of miles on my car. I'd like to have a company car. I said, well, your store's going to grow. I'm thinking, this does not come out of my mouth, but I'm thinking in my mind, well, if your store grows to this, you're going to need a third vehicle in the store, and the third vehicle could be like a pickup truck, and you could probably drive it home. Okay. If you reach this goal, we'll get a third vehicle for the store, and you can drive it home at night. I'm fine with that. But you got to reach this goal. You willing to do that? Just ask. Just ask. I guess I'm going to have to go faster on. Ooh, I got a laser pointer. I didn't even know that. That's awesome. Customers will never love a company until the employees love it first. Simon Sinek. Second favorite thought leader today to Seth Godin. Simon Sinek, Seth Godin. If you're not getting those emails every morning, you're missing the boat. Process. I guess my process needs to be faster now. Process. What processes can we improve in collections and sales and inventory and marketing? This is not really only acronym I could come up with after I wrote this down was like CSI Miami. CSIM? I don't know. CSI Miami. All right, collections. Collectment, there's the word. Collections management. We have to manage collections better. We have to manage the activity. We have to manage the conversations. We have to manage the method by which we are attempting to collect customers. We have to understand we're getting paid totally different. Our customers don't have any money. I don't mean they're broke. I mean they don't have cash. The days of us driving out in the field and coming back with $300 are over. So the way we collect has to change. My best collectors have conversations via text with customers, back and forth, conversations via text. My best collectors understand how to get a hold of their customers. They understand that their job is not to call every number, call every reference, call the jobs all the time. They understand their job is to figure out how to get a hold of the customer. It's different to get a hold of different people. Everybody's different. You want to talk to Jill McClure? You want to get a hold of Jill McClure? Call her between 5:30 and 6:30 Central Time. She's driving home. Am I right? Yeah. You want to talk to Dennis Shields? 7 to 8 in the morning. Twice a week I get a text from Dennis. You got your coffee yet? Call me. He knows how to get a hold of me. I'm driving every morning between 7 and 9 in the morning. We talk once or twice a week. You want to get a hold of Daryl Tissot? That's my dad, by the way. Don't call him because he won't answer. It's in this huge holster that he had to buy at Lowe's because it was the only thing strong. Because he leaves it on when he plays golf even. I'm like, Dad, come on. Like, he's that important still, you know? He never hears it ring. You could call him 4 times. He's still never going to hear it ring. He has zero idea how to check the voicemail because it's still my voice on the voicemail. So you know how you get a hold of Daryl Tissot? You go to his house, which isn't really a bad thing, really. But we got to figure out in collections how to get a hold of our customers because it's different. We got to have a smooth start, too. It's as important as anything in collections today is to get it started right. If we got huge money down like my friend Len does, then we get through the first bump in the road. If we got every bit of information in the system, we'd be able to market them. If we got everything clicked, toggled, that if they signed the document, said they agreed to let us text and call them, and we toggled it, we wouldn't get in trouble by the TCP or whatever that is, Ed. All that stuff we do up front, that 15 minutes, is super important for sales and marketing. Sales is changing. This is the front of one of my new stores. That's a lie, but it looks good, doesn't it? That's where I got the idea to create the front of one of my new stores. I ripped that off. We got a front window that looks a lot like that. What if that was the front? I mean, it looks close to that, doesn't it, Ben? Chrissy, it looks close to that. Couple really key things on this slide. The last one is extension, and I'll talk about that last. But the second thing is sourcing versus stocking. This business is changing. We are competing against every retailer in America, and they have a lot better selection than we do. Our smallest square footage store that's been open for 10 years grew their furniture business 44% last year. Our smallest square footage store grew their furniture business 44% last year because they decided to source instead of stock. They decided to get whatever customers want and not try to buy what they thought the customers wanted. And it worked. What happens when a customer gets what they want? They keep it. We all know that. But we can't afford to get them what they want because we've already bought what we think they want. How much sense does that make? We have to figure out how to go from stocking to sourcing. Maybe not all the way, but we got to get closer to be able to Carrie says endless aisle. He's right. The bigger your aisle, the bigger your product offering, you got to be able to get it. You got to have great vendor partners. Guess what? I have a warehouse in Chillicothe, Ohio. It's 40,000 square feet of stuff. I also have a warehouse in Columbus. Jeff O'Rourke owns it, but it's my warehouse because I get stuff out of there in 48 hours. I also have a warehouse in Indianapolis. Some of you guys use the same warehouse. It's called American Wholesale Furniture. They're an amazing partner. That's my warehouse. They're a great partner. We have other great partners out there, but we have to be able to source the product. And the last thing is extension. Love that word. Customer retention and acquisition. Where's all that feedback coming from? Are you making notes, Jamie, or what are you doing? Okay, good. Here's the thought I'll leave you with on this. And this came from Ben and Mark, my lead lieutenants. We have to treat customers, lost customers, like 14-plus accounts. How many times do you go to a guy's house that's 21 days past due on a 70-inch TV? How long do you go there? Raise your hand if you've stayed at a customer's house, knocked and waited for more than 20 minutes if they're over 20 days past due. Anybody ever done that or had that done in their stores? Come on, you are still a bunch of liars, right? Who's done that with a customer that's paid them $10,000? Raise your hand if you've gone to a customer's house that's paid you over $15,000 and knocked on their door and tried to win them back. Why not? Why don't we do that? I'm not saying we go visit every one of them, but when we call through the lost customers, we better not call through 200 customers and just whiz through it, and if they're home, they're home. If they're not, and move on. We need to give each person in the store 10 customers a week to get back. Here's your 10 customers to get back, period. Get them back. At least get to a hard no. Work it long enough that you at least get a hard no. But we started doing that last year, and I'm going to tell you this. These numbers make perfect sense in this business. We grew our customer base. We maintained our customer base in the first half of the year, and we went into the fourth quarter with 10% more customers than we started the year. We ended the year with 10% more potential rent than we started the year. Today, we have 10% more revenue than we did last year. You get that? We went into the fourth quarter with 10% more customers. We had the people walking in our door that we could rent more stuff to, and now we have 10% more revenue. That's how rent-to-own works. That's Ernie Llewellyn's build a big snowman at the end of the year. You can't build a big snowman if you don't have a bunch of people helping you build it. Got to have customers. Invitrol. You like that? Look at the drugs. You see it, Invitrol? Take a dose every day. How cute is that? You like that, Chris, don't you? That's good. Invitrol. All your inventory has to be ready. My good friend Kevin Quinn from 20 years ago, if it's in the back, it don't make jack. I mean, that's not new. It's just true. Oh, that was cool. You hear that? There's got to be a budget. Key learning on this slide is right here. There's got to be a budget. I learned this from Ron Rose. Is Ron still in here? I saw Jonathan. Where's Ron? What the heck? Ron, he is a slacker and a phone slammer. Yes. Ron and I talked years ago about budget for purchasing, and he's like, my budget's 30%. I'm like, what? He's like, my budget's always been 30%. 30% of revenue, purchase budget. I mean, if you want 70% margin, it actually makes sense, right? All of our stores now have a 30% purchase budget. And it's working. Before, they just thought they could buy whatever the heck they wanted. Now they have a 30% purchase budget. You can purchase 30% of your store's revenue every month. That's it. And it's working. It's kind of cool. We've tried to manage inventory 1,000 different ways. That one's working. We got to shop the lates. If they're not paying for it, we got to get it back and rent it to somebody else. It's easy to do when it's air conditioners or mowers, but it's harder to do on other stuff. And if it's used, we have to mark it as such. We try to get too much out of really crappy stuff. We can't have great inventory if one of the tools, if you're going to do the tool, I'm going to suggest this, back to the tool thing. One of the things you can put in your toolkit when you do that training is a thing of Drano. And that's what we have to use on inventory sometimes. We don't flush it through the system quick enough. We have crappy inventory that clogs our stores and then hurts our business. We have to flush it through the system quicker. Marketing. Man. I heard yesterday, we don't have as much traffic. We don't have as much traffic in stores. You guys are a bunch of whiners in Casey's thing yesterday. Didn't you think, Casey, you didn't think there was a lot of whining? Oh, okay, good. We don't have as much walk-in traffic. We have different traffic. It's just different traffic. It's over the web. It's over the phone. It's different. It's via text. A lot of our traffic's via text. It's just different. I got more customers. I got more customers than a year ago. I got more traffic. It's just not the same traffic. I think the interweb's a thing. Internet, that's a joke too. God, it sucks. Run accounts, that was supposed to be on a previous slide, so ignore that. Let's talk about Facebook really quick. So there are several things I believe we have to do in marketing. I believe marketing and rent-to-own is 4 things and 4 things only. And we've spent a lot of money. Look, people grabbing their pens on this one. It better be good, right, Bruce? First thing is in-store marketing. In-store marketing is super important. In-store promotions, in-store contests, in-store signage. We have to look like retail, and we don't mostly. If you're not spending money on point-of-sale materials, or you're not hanging banners, doing new tags, like your stores, you're in retail. Guess what? Welcome to retail. Number 2 is direct mail. Our customers don't get the same abundance of stuff we get in the mailbox. Direct mail to our customer base still works. You got to keep doing it. Direct mail, I talked to Dan Cole yesterday. He didn't want to, we were talking about how much money he spent on flyers and TV in the past 20 years. Then he went and had a drink. Direct mail to customers still works. Number 3 is Facebook and the web. Facebook is free-ish. You have to boost it. And the web is not. And we're all competing against each other for leads. We're bidding each other up. Aaron's is bidding me up. I'm paying more because they're paying more. It's like an auction for rent-to-own laundry in Ohio. Some days I win it, some days I run out of budget. And I believe the 4th thing is we got to build brand awareness. Now, I actually have some T-shirts and hats up here. You can come get them, or I'll throw them out at the end. We do T-shirts for everything. And it may sound like just a dumb, simple thing. We put our logo on everything. I don't think he told me yesterday, Kevin said, I don't know there's anything we haven't put your logo on yet. I mean, check out this belt. This belt is sweet. Look at that, rent-to-own family. Anybody have a belt with their logo on it? No, see? So let me talk to you about Facebook really quick. This is Louisa Rent-to-Own Facebook. D right there, raise your hand. Stand up, D. She'll be in booth 503. She is the best Facebook store manager in the country. You really want to talk to her today. This is her Facebook feed, her videos. Back to school backpack giveaway, 4,800 views. Live from the beach. Video when she was on vacation. Cats away, we got good deals. 1,000 views. Catch the phrase and win something. 10,500 views. The bottom one, Father's Day giveaway. 17,200 views. Somebody said a year or 2 ago, well, but does that get sales? Does it get sales, D? She's got the highest sales percentage in the company. Her in Zanesville. Highest sales percentage in the company. And now, with her 2,200 followers, she can put a sofa, a crappy, old, used, we don't want to do that too much, right? Sofa on her Facebook page, and it's gone in 20 minutes. Right? Well, how long does it typically take? 26 minutes was the last time. It's 26 minutes. Sorry, it wasn't 20. Excuse me. It works. We can't get 35 stores to do it, and Jess is the queen. But we could get 5 or 6, man, and they're killing it with it. And it's free. It's 9:15, Ben. You were supposed to tell me when it's 9:15. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks. All right, product. This is the 3rd piece. People, process, product. I'm close. Many things we're selling, many things we were renting, we're not renting anymore. If you do not replace them, you will lose revenue. Shocker, right? We must find singles, doubles, and triples. You with me, Lynn? Right. There are some home runs out there. Tires are a home run. They're not easy. You're going to start it, and you're not going to rent many. And you're like, that idea was stupid, Tissot. It's not easy. Hell, the rental dealer of the year, Mark Conley, he did sign my lanyard, by the way. He tried tires and struggled with it. And he's like, I don't know what this is. I mean, it's hard. But there are a lot of other things I think you can do. Are you ready for this? I'm not going to play a song or anything. Jill's nervous now. She's like, what are you going to do? We rent anything but cats. We really try to promote our customers that will rent them anything. So Heather's assistant, Tyler, I emailed him right before I came and I said, Tyler, tell me the special orders we've done for customers in the last 90 days. This is the list of special orders we've done for customers in the last 90 days. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? All right. Hoover Deluxe Carpet Cleaner, Bagless Pro Vacuum, Smartwatch. HyperX Gaming Headset, ATV Wheels, iRobot Roomba, Brother Sewing Machine, XP Pen Artist Drawing Tablet, Smartwatch, Shark Rotator Vacuum, Whistler Digital Scanner, Hammer Drill Diver, Danby Mini Fridge, Android Car Mountable Tablet DVD Players, Drywall Hanger Toolkit, Shark Navigator Vacuum, Carpet Cleaner, Digital Scanner, a Trumpet, Bicycle with Motor, Omen Computer Monitor, Scar Audio Subwoofers, Fitbit, Brother Embroidery Sewing Machine, Honeywell Portable Air Conditioner, a projector and screen, 8-camera security system, 4-wheel Travel Pro scooter, portable air conditioner, Boss car stereo, trucker GPS, a flute, compact air conditioner, digital camcorder, HyperX gaming headset, Globe wine rack and bar, dehumidifier, motorcycle tires, Pile Home audio, carpet cleaner, gaming desktop tower, 8-camera security system, GoPro Hero, pop-up canopy tent, circuit air transfer machine. I guess they're making t-shirts. 8-camera security system, Whistler digital scanner, Chromebook convertible laptop, swimming pool ×4, gas griddle, body rider elliptical bike, Gold's Home Gym, Pit Boss pellet grill, swing set, Nikon camera, gas griddle grill, swing set with slide, Schwinn mountain bike. It's just a bunch of $300 stuff that our customers can't afford to go buy at Walmart. So we put it on rent to them. This is all going to be in an auxiliary catalog at Christmas time. And it's going to be the singles we need to hit a home run for 2018. It'll be 10 more rentals in every store. Because are we going to buy this stuff and put it in the stores? Do you think we'll buy this stuff and put it in the stores? Oh, you were listening. We're going to source it. We're not going to stock it. Amazon. We're going to use Amazon instead of bitch about competing with them. We'll just use them. We'll ship it to the store in 24 hours. Am I done? Growing our business is going to be growing it with new stuff, and it's also growing it with core stuff. Our revenue growth in 2018 came with tires, mattresses, laptops. $1 million in incremental revenue, tires, mattresses, and laptops. We had a mattress sale every 6 weeks. Chris Kell Jr. talked about it. We had a mattress sale every 6 weeks. You can reinvent the same categories. Just don't do them the same way. This is the next product. Are you ready for it? I'm not kidding. You think I'm crazy? I am. You like it? Google it. Housing in America is one of the biggest problems we're dealing with. 2 last things. It's time to reinvent. Rent to own. It's time to reinvent yourself. If not, thank you, everybody.